This is the glass cracking phenomenon. Now check this out.
This is amazing. I've never seen footage like this before, where you can actually see the cracks individually forming, combining together, and moving forward.
Okay, so this may not be what you think it is. This is a ball that's crashed into this glass, and he's watching the cracks because it's 10 million frames per second. So this is in slow motion. You're seeing it obviously in really slow motion, but this is the phenomenon that's taking place in the Earth. Since the origination zone was cracked, now these cracks during the uptick periods, when the Earth core is heating up, then the cracks are extending. And these cracks create opportunity for the lightweight magma to push through. The regular tectonic plates are crammed together, and there's the magma can't just come out and keep gushing. The displacement is what's creating the opportunity, and all that hot lightweight magma, it is distributing itself around the whole world underneath the supporting magma. So what's happening is our Earth is being primed for a terraforming event. If you understand what that means, it scares the pants off you. The Earth's diameter is growing. And you're seeing the evidence right now of the progression of the priming of our planet for the terraforming event that's coming. That's why I'm telling you, you got to get away from the coast. You got to get away from the coast. If you're in California, if you're in New York, if you're anywhere near the coast of any country, you're not safe. I'm not going to Florida. I'm not going to California either. There's no safe zones west of the Rocky Mountain Ridge, or none east of the Mississippi River Basin. Whenever this thing happens, that's going to happen, the entire Mississippi River Basin is going to liquefy. And the bridges and buildings are going to sink down into the mud, liquefaction, and that the whole landmass is going to go out into the Gulf of Mexico. It's going to take a period for that to happen, but then the salt water is going to displace that all the way up to the Great Lakes. It's going to cut America in two. It's going to happen. Where I'm sitting right now is about 150 miles from the liquefaction zone in northwest Arkansas. Okay, so see this fault line right here? You see the Mount Etna. You see out here Canary Islands. You see up here Iceland. Okay, over here you have Yellowstone. Mary Greeley going magma intrusion, magma intrusion, magma intrusion. Because it's the same scenario playing out all around the planet. You have dormant volcanoes, been dormant like up in here in Iceland, 6,000 years. Now they're active because that lightweight magma. And you have dormant volcanoes in here that are coming active. If you listen to Ron Tyler, he'll name off a whole list of them that are dormant, that are coming to life. Because exactly what I'm telling you, I'm explaining to you right now, the science behind what's happening inside of our planet, and why the elite are running to underground cities because of this. Because when the breach happens, let me show you the scenario, what happens just on the U.S. West Coast. This is where the hot magma, and if you overlay this on the drought map, I mean, the drought's growing now. It's progressing east, even onto the North American Craton. But you can even see this little spot here. The magma is pushing up and creating its own weather because it's so hot. This is getting thinner and thinner and thinner all the time. Eventually, one of those horn formations break off, and then I'm explaining to you the rocky-type magma that's getting hot, the hot stuff that's decompressing coming up. This does not even begin to address the glassy-type magma that's in the horns. When they explode, when those buoyancy barriers break, that magma pushes up and up and up and displaces all the rocky-type magma out of the way, and it pushes up and up and up and up until it is displacing even that watery, lightweight rocky-type magma with glassy-type magma. And it causes this entire region to rise rapidly until the breach. When the breach happens, you don't want to be anywhere near this thing, because it's going to create a breach. It's going to be a hole that's maybe half a mile wide. And this entire region is going to start going down. All the energy that's compressed into that and that super plume is going to try to come out the hole. And so it's going to blow out. You talk about a fountain. It's going to be blowing out of there because everything that's coming from deep is expanding. There's no room for it anymore, and it's going to try to come out the hole. So it's not even going to be able to form a crater. It's just going to blast all the crust out of the way and become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It's going to fill the atmosphere with poison. This is not regular ash and dust. This is glassy type. It's the type that when you breathe it in, it recrystallizes when it hits the moisture in your bronchial tubes, and then it creates glass. You exhale and then it breaks. And you end up drowning in your own blood, basically. The last time this happened, the dinosaurs became extinct. And it killed animals in Europe from the breach that happened here. That's why the elite are running to underground cities. Part of the reason why. And why I'm sitting in this right here and I'm looking for a cave, a cavern. Oh, it did find out that we did miss out on that property. Maybe we're going to learn from our mistakes and get the next one. Maybe, hopefully. But those type of opportunities, I've been waiting here a long time for a cave that had cavern access. Those started $1 million. Those started $1 million if they only have 20 acres. And this one had 77. Really disappointed that we were the first in line. My realtor was on the ball, got us there. All we had to do was put in the offer and just keep hammering away with them until we got a signed deal and we had the property. And it was worth $1 million. So we were misrepresented there. Hopefully there's nothing nefarious going on and that it was pulled out from under us. And this is another investment committee coup, if you will. Hopefully something like that's not happened. And if that's something like that happened, then I'm going to find out. My realtor knows everybody that's here. And because he got beat out of a big commission and he turned us on to it. We should have got that property. There's something nefarious going on. I'm going to find out about it. Okay, so this is the science behind what's going on inside of our Earth. You see, because of the tectonic plates being separated and all that lightweight magma being under the crust, whenever the buoyancy barriers break, then the crust is going to roll like ocean water. It's just going to have waves. And that means this section falls under the Earth, and then an adjacent section is pushed up. The black star leaves the inner solar system, the Earth core cools, and it becomes something new. That's why civilizations have been here for hundreds of thousands, millions of years, and you can't see much evidence of it because the black star comes and changes the landscape. It doesn't happen every 3,600 years. You get different results like Noah's flood. Sometimes you get a flood. Sometimes you get what we're about to get. At the end of the age, 3,600 years, black star returns, the Earth is cut in two. According to all the data I'm looking at. Scripture, from the scriptures. Okay, so what you're asking me about, Vass, is what's going on in this region because the origination zone, China, and the energy that's coming out here, and I've been saying something's going to happen. And it is happening. You're seeing the evidence of it happening right now. Like you're seeing in Iceland, this is where everything is converging, right there. Then, fountains. This is not your regular type magma like you saw in March, is it? No, it's not. Fountains. Lightweight magma. This is a global thing. This magma raced on the underside of the crust until it found the escape hatch. This is happening globally. This same type of magma is running around. It's looking for somewhere to go to escape. The pressure is building inside and inside. Mount Etna. Ash plume. 9,000 meters high. A little more than 3 weeks. Violent lava fountaining. Fountaining. That's what you keep hearing. Fountaining. Big, giant, lightweight magma coming from the inside of the Earth. Here in Alaska. Red alert. Major eruption underway. Explosion spotted. You keep paying attention, you're going to see fountaining. This is what it looks like when the Earth is about to be terraformed. Just like, I don't want to talk about other topics. I don't want to bring anything else in, so this can be uploaded everywhere without being censored. So, well, let me get back to the newsletter, see if there's anything else, because I'm kind of adding periphery information to this. Where am I? Oh, here we go. This shows outside orbital position. This shows the jolt that came before, and this the jolt that came afterwards. It didn't shake out quite the same as up here, because in this scenario here in February, then we were moving toward the black star. In this scenario right here, the black star is moving toward us. We're on back orbit for this. This is the secondary jolt that wasn't as smooth as this big giant jolt that we had right here. 135 5 magnitude earthquakes. That hadn't happened before. The biggest number prior to this right here, the biggest number was 59. Was it 59? I believe it was 50. It might have been 58, 57, 56. Those three numbers recurred over the last decade as the highest number, and we hit 98 right after this happened. Unzipping is what I'm showing you here in the recurring numbers. This is a heartbeat pattern of the unzipping, and these are the low baseline numbers that even got down to 22 right here. 27 repeats. Now, this is what we're looking at. I know the number now. I didn't show it to you when I started this, but that number's 33 for this coming week. Just one from this 34 that recurs. But this is over 30 for all these weeks in a row. That hasn't happened before. This is uncharted waters that the Earth is in. And you see the 431, 4321. Now the ones are recurring right now. So this is maybe a little bit more than you asked for. This is the diagram that I just showed you. I think I've shown you all the diagrams. And it's kind of a lengthy report and explanation. This is see, this is the, now I remember writing this. This is the same phenomenon responsible for the increased activity below Iceland, Kilauea, Yellowstone, La Palma. It's happening in the entire world. Where you have the escape hatch and you have, relative thin scar over the last eruption, in the crater, then the lightweight magma is able to melt from the underside and push through like La Palma. And it's magma intrusion in Yellowstone. In Iceland, Iceland was one of the first ones. That's one of my barometers now. And like La Palma's now is a barometer, because you're going to be able to watch this activity continue. And it's going to continue until Earth core starts cooling. And you should know what that date is. November the 21st. We're going to come behind the sun relative to the black star. We're going to have an earthquake event like 7.3 China. The Earth's going to be, the epicenter will be coming across the black star sun center line. Boom. I'm going to make the report. And then the Earth core is going to start cooling, and that guy in Iceland is going to start getting bored again. Because the Earth core is going to start cooling, everything's going to want to be relaxed for 93 days. Until about February the 21st, and here we go again, the uptick period. The black star is going to be closer on the 22 cycle than 21. So the Earth changes are going to be more dramatic from February, middle of February onward. Do you think it's something now? This is an Earth change uptick period, yeah, but it's not anything like what's going to happen between February and May of the coming cycle, when the black star is going to be closer than it was last year. So I hope that you are getting your food. I mean, these Earth changes, this is one thing. There are many things that are happening. If you're watching my daily reports, you know exactly what I mean. And these Earth changes are going to exacerbate what is happening all around us. The water shortage, the food shortage, the resources, these societal support mechanisms are being collapsed all around you deliberately. And these Earth changes are happening at the same time because the reason that the elite are doing what they're doing globally with their global command control mechanism is because of the Earth changes, because of the superplume under the electromagnetic control of the inbound black star. That's what most people don't see, that you can see, and hopefully you have time to prepare for. Because eventually these other threats, you know what I'm referring to, they're going to limit your ability to be mobile, to be able to cross state lines, to be able to get to a real safe zone. So if you haven't received your threat assessment information, you don't even know where a real safe zone is, I would recommend that you make the $50 investment. It's only $50 a year. And when you subscribe, you get access to all these newsletters for this year.